Children, how are you? How are you preparing for your upcoming exams? I think you are preparing very well. I know. Children, don't come out of your home because it's COVID spreading rapidly. So we take care of yourself. Stay home, stay safe. Children, today I will want to discuss about question paper briefly. So because exams are coming now, so when we come to the question paper, here we have reading comprehension, grammar and vocabulary and creative expressions. So reading comprehension for 30 marks, and from AD reading is for 10 marks. And in these 10 marks, A reading passages you have 2 WH questions and 3 multiple choice questions. Each question carry 2 marks. And from B reading, you have 2 passage questions. From each passage you have, from one passage you have 3 questions and from one passage 2 questions. Each question carry 2 marks and total 10 marks. And for study skills also you have 10 marks. In the study skills, you will have 2 questions WH questions and 3 questions multiple choice questions. And then grammar and vocabulary. So for grammar and vocabulary I will discuss later briefly, and then creative expression for 30 marks. Creative expression for first question, conversation or diary entry, you have to write any one of the discourse. And then letter writing or biography. In this also you have internal choice. Later, framing WH questions or information transfer from given pie chart or bar graph or table. Okay children, now I want to discuss about grammar. How grammar topics are given in your question paper briefly. Later, I will discuss about relative clauses. Don't waste your time, children. So, in grammar, so this grammar question starts from question number 16. So reading comprehension is from 1 to 15 questions. And for grammar, from 16 questions you have start. 16th question is relative pronouns. So you have to combine sentences using the relative pronouns. And 17th question is changing words. And then next question is linkers. Filling with linkers like although, because, then, etc. And next question is prepositions. You have to fill with the suitable prepositions in the blanks. And then the next question is suitable verb forms. Suitable verb forms. We have to fill in the blanks with suitable verb forms, that is past tense or past participle or present participle, like that. And then we have to write advice or suggestions. Question from advice or suggestions. Advices and suggestions. And question number 22 is polite request. You have to modify the question into a polite request. And then question number 23 is identifying the expressions. Identifying the expressions. That means, so any one expression will be given, you have to identify what the expression is. Is it a surprise or request or like that? Okay. Okay, children. So this is the grammar topics you have to learn for the examination. And then vocabulary part. So this grammar, each question carries 2 marks. Because this year you have only one paper, no? So next, vocabulary. Vocabulary question starts from question number 24. So it is synonyms. A passage will be given and you have to identify the synonyms. Write synonym to the underlined words. And then antonyms. For this you have given a passage. Words are underlined and then you have matched the given words with the matching question. And question number 27, right form of the words. Right form of the words. You have to write the right form of the for given underlined word. Then you have to write the vowel clusters. Vowel clusters. So blanks will be given and you have to fill with the right vowels. Next, then suffixes. You have to fill with the right suffixes like tion, sion, like that. And then dictionary, identifying the wrongly spelled words. Wrongly spelled words. And you have to write the right spelling of that wrongly spelled word. And then dictionary skills. For this you have to practice in your dictionaries. So a dictionary entry will be given in your question paper. On that you have 2 questions and you have to write that questions and reading the dictionary skills. And then correct headings. 8 words will be given and you have to put the 8 words in the correct headings like negative qualities, positive qualities, alliteratives, duplicatives, like that. And then question number 32, one word substitutes. One word substitutes. You already know that you have learned very well one word substitutes. This one word substitute will be given in a matching form and you have to choose, you have to write the match the one word substitutes correctly. Okay, children? Okay, children. Now we will discuss about the relative clauses. So this is in our first unit, personal development grammar topic. This is our 16th question in our question paper. Relative clauses. So what is a clause? It is a group of words that have subject and verb. Example, I eat. This is a clause. Here I is subject, it is a verb. We can add some more words to make it more effective. I eat bananas in the evening. Here it makes a full sentence. In this, I eat bananas is also a clause. Here it contains subject and verb, so it is called a clause. So when we add a relative pronoun like when, example, if we add when I eat bananas, so it will become a dependent clause. So it depends on meanings. It depends for its meaning on the another sentence. So these relative clauses are dependent clauses. So let us know these relative clauses are two types: defining relative clauses and non-defining relative clauses. Defining relative clauses, look here. Defining relative clauses give essential information to the person or thing we are talking about. That means it gives the main information of the person to whom or to which we are talking about. For example, so they live in the house whose roof is full of holes. So here some people are living in the house. Which people? Whose roofs is full of holes. So this is called a defining clause. Here whose is the relative pronoun. So whose roof is full of holes is a relative clause. So these for this defining relative clauses we doesn't use commas. And then non-defining relative clause. So these relative clauses give additional information to us which we are talking about the person. So for these relative clauses we use commas to separate the relative clause. For example, here see here, elephant which are large and grey can be found in zoo. Here we are saying that the elephant which are large and grey are found in zoo. Generally elephants will found in forest and some excursions like that. Here which are large and grey, these elephants, this is the additional information. So here which is the relative pronoun, this is the relative clause. Okay students, so now you have understand the relative clauses. Let us discuss how we combine these relative clauses. Children, now we will learn how to combine the sentences with the relative pronouns. So here see the example. Here Nick was born in Melbourne, Australia. This is the one sentence. He now lives in Los Angeles. Here there are two sentences. You have to combine these sentences with the relative pronoun. So what is the suitable relative pronoun we can add here? Let us see. Here the first subject is Nick. So here we are talking about a person. So when we are talking about a person, we have to use who. What is the pronoun we have to use? Who. When we talk about the persons, we have to use who. Okay. So here Nick, who was born in Melbourne, Australia. He now lives in Los Angeles. How can we combine here? See here. Nick. We have to add the who here. Who was born in Melbourne, Australia. Now lives in Los Angeles. Here we have to add the relative pronoun who after Nick. This is a non-defining relative clause because We already know about here Nick was born in Australia, but now he is living in Los Angeles. Okay, next. See the next example here. Nick learned surfing from Bethany. She had been bitten by a shark. Here, this is one sentence, and she had been bitten by a shark is the other sentence. Now we have to add these two sentences with the relative pronoun. How can we add here? Now let us see here. Nick learned surfing from Bethany. Here also we are talking about a person. So here also we have to use who. Who had been bitten by a shark. Okay, student, let us notice the difference here. In the first example, we had added the who after the subject, but here in the second sentences we have added the relative pronoun in between the two sentences. What is the difference here? Let us see here. Here in the first sentence, first example, the subject is Nick, and the sentence 2, subject is he. So both subjects are same. We are talking about the same subject in the both sentences. So when the subject is same, we have to add the who relative pronoun after the subject. And the second example here, in the first sentence the subject is Nick, and the second sentence subject is she. Here the subjects are different. So when the subjects are different, we have to add the relative pronoun between the two sentences at the place of full stop, and we have to remove the full stop. So when if the subject is repeated, we have to remove the subject. Look here, Nick, who was born in Melbourne, Australia. Here the subject is repeated, so we have to remove the subject and we have to write the remaining sentence. Okay students, have you understood that? You have to practice some more sentences in your notebooks and refer to the textbook. Okay students. Okay children, let us see another example. The meeting was held in the town hall. It was a great success. Here there are two sentences. The first sentence we are talking about the meeting. The meeting was held in the town hall. Here the meeting is held in the town hall. In the second sentence, it was a great success. It means here we are talking about the meeting. So here the subjects are same. So we have to add the relative pronoun, the meeting. Here the meeting is the thing. So we have to add the relative pronoun which. The meeting which was held in the town hall was a great success. So here both the subjects are same, so we have to add the pronoun after the first subject. Next, now let us see for which pronoun we have to, for which persons or things we have to add which pronoun. Let us see. For persons we have to add who or whom or whose. Who for subject purpose. When you use the persons as a object purpose, we have to use who. And when we are talking about a possessive pronoun, in the possessive form we have to use the whose. For things we will use which or that. When these things are used in possessive form, we will use whose. And for places we will use the pronoun where. And for time, we will use the pronoun when. And when we are talking about a reason, we will use why as a relative pronoun. Okay, students, do you understand? I think you will understand. Okay. Okay, children. Now let us come to the next topic. Question number 17 in our question paper. Active voice and passive voice. We have to change the voice of the given sentence. So what is the active voice and what is passive voice? Active voice means, so in Telugu we can say that Kartani Vakyam and Karmani Vakyam. Active voice means Kartani Vakyam. Kartani means the doer is the important in this active voice. So doer of the action. When we talk about you are given the importance to the doer, it is called as active voice. And passive voice, Karmani Vakyam. So when the receiver is important in the sentence, we can say that receiver of the action. Or here we are talking mainly about the receiver, but both the sentence meaning is same. So let us see here example. Ravi wrote a letter. Here Ravi wrote a letter. Here the subject is Ravi and the object is a letter. So when we change this into passive voice, a letter was written by Ravi. Here subject is changed and subject came into the object place and object came into the subject place. So this is the change, how to main principle of the voice. So here while changing this voice, we have to observe that subject become object and object become the subject. But the total tense of the sentence will not be changed. But the verb form is changed into the V3. The verb, whether it may be it may be present tense or past tense or in present participle, anything, but we have to change this verb into its past participle form or V3 form. So look here in this sentence, here the verb is wrote. It is in the V2 or past tense form. So in the passive voice we have changed this wrote into written. This is the V3 form. And we have to add a preposition by before the subject. Okay, children, let us see some more changes. So see here changes in pronouns. So when we use the pronouns as the subject, I, the I changes into me. So when it is in possessive form, it will become mine or mine. And the pronoun we is changed into us, and its possessive form, it is our. And you changes, you must not be changed, it will be remains you. And when it is possessive form, your or yours. And he changes into him, and in possessive form it becomes his. She changes into her, in possessive form her or hers. And when it is used, it becomes it. There is no change when you use it. When we use the they becomes into them, and in possessive form it becomes they. So by keeping these points in our mind, we can learn some examples, and I will show you how to change this voice with some examples. So previously we have seen the changes in the pronouns. Now we see changes in verbs. So when in the sentence we have the simple present verb, that means V1 verb. So it will be changes into V3 verb. Along with we have to add am or is or are. When we use the I, we will use am, and if we use the any name or any other pronouns he or she, we will use for singular is, and when we use the plural nouns we will use are. And when the verb in the active voice is present continuous, that means am for am, is or are with that V4 form or ing form. Like for example, singing, writing, Like that, if we have the V4 verb, we have to change this V4 verb into V3, and before V3 we have to add the being, as it is the ing form. When the ing form is in the active voice, we have to add the being before the V3 verb along with the helping verbs. Next, present perfect. Present perfect means we will have or has forms along with V3. So when we have these forms, we will have to add the being to this have or has plus being plus V3. So the verb remains V3 as same V3, because in passive voice the verb will be in the V3 form. Next, for present perfect continuous tense, we have no changes in passive voice. Next, for past simple or simple past tense. So when the sentence is in the simple past tense, the verb will be in V2 form. So we have to change this verb into V3 form, and we have to add before the V3 was or were along according to the tense of number of the subject. Next, past continuous tense. Past continuous means was or were plus ing form. So in like the present continuous, we have also add the being in the passive voice form, and we have to change the ing form into V3, and the helping verb will become as to same. So these are the changes up to past continuous. Next, changes in past perfect. So when the sentence is past perfect, the sentence will have had plus V3 form, and in passive voice this will be changes into had been plus V3. We have to add the been additionally. Next, in simple future. Simple future means will or shall plus V1 form. Then we will have to change this into will or shall plus be plus V3. Next, future perfect. Will or shall plus have plus V3 form. This will be changed into will or shall plus have been plus V3. So these are the changes in tenses. Next, we will discuss this with a few examples. So here we will discuss these changes with a few examples. Let us see for the first example. Raju sings a song. Here the subject is Raju and the object is a song. Here verb is sings. Sings is the V1 form. So first of all, you have to change the object into subject. For example, a song. A song. Next, we have to change the verb into its V3 form. Sings V3 form is sung. Before that, we have to add a helping verb. So here song is a singular. So we have to song is sung. And then we have to add the preposition by. A song is sung by Raju. Here the subject becomes object. So here let us see, the tense is not changed. Here sings is the present tense. So is also the present tense. So tense is not changed, but the verb form is changed. So let us see the next example. They were singing a song. Here subject is they. So object is the same as song. And here verb is V4 verb. With this there is a helping verb. Now see the changes. A song. Here they is a plural, but here the song is a singular. So was verb become as was. A song was. Here ing form is there. So a song was being. Singing V4 is sung. A song was being sung by them. So the sentence is in past continuous tense. So here in passive voice also the tense is not changed. So a song was being sung by them. Next, he has sung a song. Here the subject is he, object is a song, and verb is sung. before the V3 verb there is has. That means it is a present perfect sentence. So now we have to change. How can change? A song so has been. I said now has had has will be become as has been sung by. He will become into him. Understand, children? So noted it carefully. So the boy took the fruits. Here is the another sentence. Here the subject is the boy and the object is fruits. And change the object into subject. Fruits. Here fruits are plural. So we will the helping verb will come in plural form. And here the verb is V2 verb. That means this sentence is in which tense is sentence, children? It is in past tense. So this V2 verb will change into V3. Before that we have to add the fruits were took. V3 is taken. Fruits were taken by yes, the boy. Do you understand, children? Yes. Okay, children. So let us see some more examples. Here we had learned music. Here subject is, what is subject, children? We. And what is the object? Yes, music. And what is the verb here? Learned. So before the learned there is had. That means what is the tense of the sentence? Tell me, children. Yes, it is the past perfect tense. So now let us change the object into subject. Music. And here had will become had been. And already is a V3 verb. So it will become learnt. We had been learnt. Music had been learnt by. So we will become as us. Next, see the next example. Cow will eat grass. So here will eat means the sentence is in which tense, the children? In future tense. Good. So here we have to change this object into subject. What is the object, students? Grass. So grass. So will become as will be. And V3 is eaten. Grass will be eaten. What is the preposition you have to add? Yes, by. By cow. You understand, children? Okay, good. Next. See the next example. They will be writing letters. So here object is letters. And will change as will. So being. Because here ing form is there. So when we see the ing form, we have to write the being before that verb. Letters will be written by. So they will become as, tell me, children, as them. Next, another example is, what is here? Future perfect tense. Next. So music. The object is music. Music shall have been learned so by us. So these are the main changes in the voice. So do you understand, children? Okay, let us practice this in your home and practice it daily. Let us see the another example about native sentences. So here I cannot accept your proposal. Here cannot make the sentence into negative sentence. So here the subject is I and the object is, what is the object? Your proposal. So your proposal cannot will become as cannot be, and accept with is accepted. The proposal cannot be accepted. You have to add the preposition by, and I becomes into, how will it changes? Me. Yes. Next, the second sentence is I don't know the man. So here the object is the man. The man. So here do is present tense. So the man is not. No with is known. The man is not known to me. And change, how to change the interrogative sentence. So who teaches you English? So here who will becomes as by whom. By whom is English teach with is taught. By whom is English taught to you. This is the passive voice form of this interrogative sentence. Next, how to change the next sentence? How did you learn Hindi? So here, how was, here it is past tense, so we have to add was. How was Hindi learned? Learnt. The form of learn is learned. How was Hindi learnt? By you. This is the changes of interrogative sentences. Okay children, see some more examples how to change the imperative sentence, that means commands or request. So post this letter. Here we are saying ordering to post the letter. This is a command here. So let okay children, let this letter be posted. So here when the order comes we have to use the let. Let this letter be posted with is posted. See one more example. Deposit this money in the bank. So we have to add let. Let this money be form. Let this money be. Deposit with is deposited. Deposited in bank. So this is the changes of voice.